Now see the 46th question here. The total number of electrons in 1.6 gram of methane to that in 1.8 gram of water is. Okay, so let me solve the particularly the problem here. So first thing we have to know that first their given condition is mass of methane. So mass of methane they're given the which one, the 1.6 gram. Okay, so how to calculate? Then the next thing is we have to calculate the what, the moles. Okay, that's the what, the moles of methane, so which is equal to what, the mass by molar mass. Mass is 1.6, molar mass is what, the 16. Now we got the which is what, the 0.1 mole. Okay, this 0.1 mole which is present in 1.6 gram. So next thing is number of molecules, the number of molecules of methane, the number of molecules of methane, so which is equal to which one, the 0.1 mole into Avogadro number. Okay, but here especially in this question they ask you the total number of electrons. Okay, we know that one molecule, the one molecule of methane which contains 10 electrons, because the carbon contains the 6 electron, hydrogen contain 1 electron, the 1 into 4 that will be the 4, 4 plus 6 will be the 10 electrons. Okay, now we have to calculate the total number of electrons, that is the total number of electrons in, the total number of electrons in 1.6 gram, which is equal to, that means the number of electrons will be the 10, the number of moles in that mass will be the 0.1 into Avogadro number. Okay, so let me take this will be the equation 1. Similarly, see the next one here. I'll take the next one here. This is the 1.8 gram of the water. Okay, so I'll go to write it here. Mass of water there given is 1.8 gram. 1.8 gram. So now we have to calculate the moles of water. So the moles of water here is 1.8 divided by 18. Again we got the which in the 0.1 mole. Okay, see the next one here, the number of the molecules, that means you just identify here, that means the number of molecules. So the number of molecules which is equal to is the number of molecules of water which is equal to 0.1 mole into Avogadro number. Okay, so similarly here also the same thing here, one molecule of water, one molecule of water, you just identify this one, it also contains the 10 electrons, because oxygen having a which one, the 8, and hydrogen we are having a 1 into 2, the total is the 10 electrons. Okay, so now you just identify the total number of electrons. Okay, so let me write here, this is what the total number of, the total number of electrons in 1.8 gram. Okay, so which is equal to, again we are having which is the 10, we are having a 0.1 into Na. So that means here also we got, this will be the equation 2. That means here the total number of electrons in 1.6 gram of methane to that in 1.8 gram of the water is what, the same, because we got the same value. Hence the option is B. The option is which one, the B. Okay, see the next question here. If the weight of metal chloride is x gram containing y gram of the metal, the equivalent weight of the metal will be. Okay, just go to this one here. So let me write the particular the reactions here. Okay, so I'll go and write the general one. That is what, the M x plus that is what, the x Cl minus, so which gives MClX. Okay, this is what the particular the metal chloride here. Okay, so what is the mass of the which in the metal they're given the y gram. Okay, and mass of the metal chloride will be the x gram. So that means the mass of the chloride will be the which one, the x minus y gram. So this is the mass of the which is the chlorine. Okay, so what we have to calculate the equivalent weight of the metals. We know that equivalent weight of metal, the equivalent weight of metal which is equal to mass of the metal. So which is equal to which one, the mass of the metal, which is equal to mass of the metal. The next thing is the mass of the chlorine. So mass of the chlorine into equivalent. The equivalent weight of the chlorine is 35.5. Now see the what the mass of the metal. What is the mass of the metal they are given here? That is what the Y. So the mass of the what the chlorine is what the X minus Y into 35.5. Okay, hence the equivalent weight of the what the metal is. Okay, just go to this one here. In this case the option is, that is the what the C. Okay, so see the next question here. Lewis acid character of boron trihalide is as follows. Okay, you have to identify the order, the decreasing order here. Okay, you just identify this one. Lewis acids are the substance which is having a deficiency of the deficiency of the electrons. Okay, so now, or else which accept the which is the lone pair of electrons. Okay, see this one here. So let me write you the particulars what the order according to the what the order here. That is what the we are having the boron trifluorides. Next thing we are having a boron trichloride. The next one is boron tribromide, and again we are having a boron, that is what the triiodide. Okay, see this one. So here you have to remember the what this concept here, especially for this one here, the trihalide. Acidic strength which is inversely proportional to the back bonding, which is inversely proportional to which one? The back bonding. Inversely proportional to which one? The back bonding. Okay, this concept you have to remember. Okay, just identify this one here. So now we have to identify the what the particular back bonding. So we know that among the halogens, the fluorine which is having a more electronegative. Okay, that is the what the it is having which is the more electronegative. It is a more electronegative. Okay, see this one. But the size is very small. The size will be the which is what the size is small. If the size is small, electron density is which is the maximum. The electron density is which is the maximum here. Okay, now you just identify the boron here. It is the boron. I am going to indicate the the fluorine here. Okay, see this one here. The size of the fluorine is which is the small. Electron density is the maximum. You just identify. Here we are having which is the electrons in this one here, and here we can identify the vacant p orbital. The vacant p orbital, the size is the very small. That means it's very near to the vacant. That means these electrons already we are having which is the bond, so they shows the which is the back bond. That means they donates the electrons towards the vacant p orbital. The vacant p orbital of which one? This is the boron. Because the size is very small, the electron density is the more. But as you move down the group, the back bonding goes on decreases. If the back bonding goes on decreases, there will be a which is the vacant in the particular the orbit. The electrons there is a which is the electrons will be the vacant. Okay, so because of that reason we come to know that acidic strength is inversely proportional to the back bonding. Back bonding is more in which one the fluorine, because the size is very small, electron density is the more. But as you move down the group, the size goes on increases, the back bonding will be the decreases, so and the acidic strength goes on increases. Okay, hence in this case we can identify the this order here. Okay, the more the Lewis base is for the which is the triiodide, because the size is large, we can't identify the back bonding. There is a very less back bonding we can identify here. Next comes the which is the boron tribromide. The next thing is what? The boron trichloride, and the weakest, this is what this one is what? The boron trifluoride. Why this will be the what? The weakest Lewis acid, because of which in the back bonding. Okay, so because of that reason, okay, so we know that the boron triiodide will be act as which in the strongest Lewis acid. Hence in this case the option is A. The option is A. So let me move on to the next questions here. The next one. Which of the following chemical system is non-aromatic? So you have to see the conditions for the aromatic. Okay, so conditions for the aromatic one. Okay, see this one. So the condition for the aromatic is what? So there should be a cyclic, sp2, and also the cyclic in nature. Okay, and also we have to identify the the delocalization. That means we have to identify the which is the localization of the pi electrons. Okay, see this one here. So let me take the first one here. You just identify this one. In the first one, So here this carbon is what the sp3, but actually for the aromatic there should be about the sp2. Okay, and also they have to obey the which is your the equal rule. This is the 4n plus 2 pi electrons here. You just identify here. So this is the what the sp3, but the rest of the carbon is what the sp2. But here we can't identify the what the delocalizations here. Okay, you just identify this one here. Here we can identify this electrons comes and this electrons goes and this electrons here. So now the number of electrons involved in the delocalization is what the 6 electrons. Okay, this is the 4n, this is what this is the 4n plus 2 pi electrons here. Just go to this one here. Okay, so here also just identify this one here, this electrons. Okay, this electrons, this simultaneously here also, so we can identify. So 2 plus 2, there's a 4, 4 plus 2, that will be 6. Okay, 6 plus 4, there is a 10 electron. Here the 10 electrons are involved. Okay, but here you just identify this one, this the particular sulfur containing a lone pair. So here this will be involved in the what the particular the resonance. Here also the how many electrons are involved? The 6 electrons. Okay, so now you can easily identify, but in the first one we can't identify the what the particularly what the resonance here. Okay, that is we can't identify the delocalization. So because we are angling which is only the which one, the 4 electrons. Hence this is an example for the which one, the non-aromatic. Okay, so next question. In an experiment to study the what the reaction A plus 2B which gives the what the C plus 2D, the initial rate, this is what the changes in the concentration of the A at time 0 was found to be 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 2. This is what the molar per second. What is the value of the changes in the concentration of the B with the time? Okay, you just identify this one. See what the reactions what they're given here. A plus 2B which gives C plus 2D. So let me write to the particular the rate for the what the reactant here. There is a changes in the what the concentration. That means the concentration is decreases. I'm going to write it in this form. Okay, the changes in the concentration with the what the time, which is equal to, again this is the minus 1 by 2, the changes in the concentration of the B. But especially in this one they asked about the which is with the reactants. Okay, now we have to calculate the value for this one here. So they are given the what the value for this one here. The value is, that's what the minus 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 2, which is equal to the what the half. And the next thing is the what the changes in the what the concentration of B divided by the which is the what the dt. Okay, just go to this one here. So we have to calculate this one. That means the changes in the concentration of B with the time. So you just go this one here, the what the this will be gets cancelled here. 2 into 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 2. And finally we got 5.2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Okay, so hence in this case the option is this one. Okay, so next question. In a set of reaction ethyl benzene yielded a product D. Okay, just go to this one here. This is the ethyl benzene. Whenever the ethyl benzene, that is what the CH2CH3, that means it may be the what the any alkyl benzene, but remember the concept in this one. This is the what the alkaline potassium perma is nothing but base reagent. This alkyl group, whatever the length of the carbon it may be, but this particular the carbon they have to contain at least one hydrogen. So on oxidations you are going to get the benzoic acid. So this is the first one we are going to get. Okay, so whether you can take the toluene, whether you take the ethyl, whether you can take the propyl, but the main thing is what, if this carbon is attached to the benzene ring, that carbon they have to contain at least one hydrogen. On oxidations always you are going to get the benzoic acid. Okay, we got the particular the B. And next thing is the electrophilic substitution reaction. This is the condition. We are angling which in the ferric chloride that will be act as an halogen carrier. We know that the carboxylic acid they shows you the minus M effects, hence they are meta directing. And here we got metabromobenzoic acid. So what we are going to get here is the metabromobenzoic acid. So we got the metabrom. So that is the product C. Next one, see the next one here. We are having a ethyl alcohol, and again we are having which is the H plus. That means we know that whenever the alcohol reacts with the carboxylic acid, it undergoes a dehydration to form the what the ester. There is an esterification reactions here. So here we are going to get this compound. So this is the what the COO C2H5, and this remains the what the C. Okay, so the finally we got the which is the what the ester. Okay, hence in this case the option is D. Okay, next question. When we heat borax strongly, then it will be yield the what the following this is what the compound. Okay, so see the what the borax here. So borax is nothing but the what the Na2B4O7. So B4O7, that is what the 10HO is a hydrated one. So whenever you heat strongly here, the first thing you are going to get the which in the anhydrous borax, Na2B4O7 plus 10H2. So further you heat this one. Suppose if you heat this one further here we are going to get the sodium metaborate, and also we are going to have the what the diboron trioxide, that is the what the B2O3. So this is the compound what you are going to get. This mixture is nothing but the commonly we are going to call it as a glassy bead. It's a glassy bead. Okay, this is the sodium metaborate. This is the what the diboron trioxide. Okay, we got both the A as well as the what the B, hence the what the option is the which one? D. The option is D. Next question. Okay, so let me erase this one. Okay, see this one. The boiling point of 0.01 molar AB2, which is 100% dissociated in the what the aqueous solution. Okay, just go to this one here. This is the what the type. This is the what the AB2 type, which upon dissociations we got A2 plus plus 2B minus 2B minus. Okay, so initially we are having the what the one. So here we won't get the any the particles in the what the solutions here. Okay, next one. So after some time, that is the what there is a what the dissociations in the what the salt. Okay, and here we are going to identify the alpha, and this will be the what the 2 alpha. So now we have to identify what will be the what the total number of the what the moles after dissociation. Total will be the which one? 1 plus alpha plus 2 alpha. Here the alpha gets cancelled. The total will be the which is what the 1 plus 2 alpha. Okay, just go to this one here. So now we have to calculate the which is what the I. Okay, just identify the what the I. I is nothing but the which one? The total number of moles of the what the solute after dissociation to the what the total number of the moles before dissociation. After dissociation, what we got? 1 plus 2 alpha. So what is the what the before the dissociation we are having what the 1. So now we have to calculate what is alpha. So what is alpha? Only the 10% dissociated. That means you what the 10 divided by the what the 100. Okay. So here we got the which is what the 0.1. Okay. Substitute the value here. There is I which is equal to 1 plus 2 into 0.1. So I which is equal to, if you do the what the further calculations here we got the what the 0.2. I which is equal to 1.2. Okay, see this one. So what you have to calculate the boiling point here. So we know the relations towards the what the molality. Okay, just go to this one here. That is the what the, see this one here. So delta TB which is equal to the delta TB which is equal to I into M into KB. So what is delta TB? We know that the TB dash minus TB naught, because so TB dash is nothing but the boiling point of the solution. The TB naught is nothing but the boiling point of the solvent here. What is the I value we got here? 1.2, and the molality what they are given is a 0.01. The KB value for water is 0.52. Okay, so we don't know what exactly the what this one here. So I'm going to take the what the TB dash. Okay, see the what the particular this one, the TB naught. Okay, so I'm going to take towards the what the right side here. Okay, so if you do the what the calculations this one here, so here we are going to get 0.00624 minus this becomes the what the particular what the plus. Okay, so here they given the what the Kelvin. This is the boiling point of water in terms of the Kelvin is 373 Kelvin, and TB dash what we are going to get is 373 point, so we got 002, so 006 Kelvin. Okay, hence the option is B. Hence the option is B. Okay, next question. The Gabriel-Thallemard reaction is used for the preparations of. Okay, see this one here. So let me write the particular the general reactions here. So this is the word the Thallemide. So this is what the benzene ring here, and here we are having a C double bond O, and here we are having a word the NH C double bond O. This is the word the Thallemide. So whenever the Thallemide reacts with the word the potassium hydroxide, the byproduct what you are going to get is the water, and here we are going to get potassium salt of Thallemide. Potassium salt of Thallemide. Okay, see the next one here. So here I am going to indicate this is the minus, I can indicate the plus here. This is the C double bond O. Okay, see this one. This potassium salt of Thallemide, then it will be reacts with the alkyl halide. Remember one thing, here the R should be alkyl. I'll tell you what is the reason for this one here. Why the R is only the alkyl? Why can't it be the aryl? Here we got the byproduct will be the potassium halide, and the main product what you are going to get is the N-alkyl Thallemide. That is the N-alkyl. This is the N-alkyl Thallemide. So, and this N-alkyl Thallemide is treated with the base, that is the sodium hydroxide. Here we got the respective primary amines. And we got the sodium salt of phthalic acid. So we are going to get sodium salt of phthalic acid. Okay, see this one here. So here we got the primary amines. Now what is R here? We took the alkyl, hence we are going to get aliphatic primary amines. So why we can't take the R is the aryl? The reason is which one the aryl, because this reaction is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is a nucleophilic substitution. This one. So because we know that aryl halides are less reactive towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions, hence we are not supposed to take the the aryl halides here. Because of that reason, we are going to get the aliphatic primary amines, but not the aromatic primary amines. Okay, hence in these reactions we are going to prepare the aliphatic primary amines. Okay, so next question. See this one. Which among the following is the strongest reducing agents? Okay, so generally we have to know that, so that means especially the first group elements, so that will be act as the strongest reducing agent. Okay, so we are having which is the lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and the cesium. According to the concept, the cesium should be the strongest. Due to the higher hydration enthalpy for the lithium, this will be act as a strongest reducing agent. Okay, but in this particular one, they are not given the lithium, but they are given the sodium and the potassium. So down the group size goes on increases. Okay, so the ionization energy decreases because the loss of electrons. Okay, that means we are going to remove the electron. That means whichever the metals which is having ability to lose their electrons, okay, that will be act as a the strongest reducing agent. Here between the sodium and potassium, the size for the potassium is large, hence we can easily remove the electrons, hence this becomes the strongest reducing agent. Okay, hence which is having a lower the SRP value. Okay, so hence we are going to have the strongest reducing agent. Okay, next one, the number of possible isomers of the complex. Okay, so now we have to identify the number of possible isomers. Okay, they not mention the optical or not the geometrical. The general thing is the total number of the possible isomers. Okay, so let me take the particular the complex here. So the coordination number is the 6. Okay, just go to this one here. The coordination number is the 6. Okay, see this one here. So here I am going to write the ene. It is which is the bidentate ligands. Okay, let me write this is the ene. It's a bidentate. Here I am going to indicate the chlorine. Okay, just identify. This is in the case of which is the trans isomer. This is a trans. So let me write the this one here. This is the cis here. This is will be the cis. just go to this one here. So just I'm going to indicate this one here. Okay, so here we are having which is what the ene, like this, and here also we are having which is what the ene, that's the bidentate. Here we are having which is what the chlorine. See this one here, this will be the what the cis form. Okay, between the trans and the what the cis, only the cis isomer they shows the which in the what the optical isomers. Okay, just go to this one. If you take the what the mirror images of this one, if you take the mirror images of this one, okay, just go to this one here. So here I'm going to indicate the what the particular structure here. See this one here. See this one. So if you take the mirror images, we are going to get like this, and this will be the which is what the ene, and again here also what you are having what the ene. Okay, so this is the what the cis here, but here we can identify among the what the cis here, so we can identify the what the levo as well as the what the dextro. Okay, so the one thing is we can identify the what the trans. Okay, and next thing is we can identify the which is the what the this one. Okay, cis. Okay, so in the word the particularly what the cis, we can identify the word the D and the word the L. Okay, so totally we can identify the which is the word the three isomers. Okay, the option is which one? Is the word the A. Okay, so next one, see the next one here. The correct order of increasing energies of atomic orbital is. Okay, so let me take the particular this one here. So we are having a which is what the 5p, and again we are having a 4f, 6s, the next thing is what the 5d. Okay, so now we have to use what this rule, that is what the according to the what the n plus l rule. Okay, let me calculate this one here. Here we are having which is the 5, because n is equal to what the 5, l is equal to 1, because if it is a p orbital, l is equal to what the 1, we are going to have the what the 6. Similarly here the what the n which is equal to what the 4, but the f, if it is f orbital, l will be the what the 3, and we got the which one, the 7. And here we got the which is what the 6, we don't have, there is a l value which is equal to 0, and we are having a which in the 6. Here the n value which is equal to 5, l value which is equal to what the 2, and the total that becomes which is what the 7. Okay, just go this one here. So if n plus l are same, then the smaller the value of n, less will be the what the energy. Okay, less will be the what the energy. So now this will be the what the order we are going to have. That is the what the 5p. Okay, next comes the what the 6s. So next comes the which is the what the 4f, and the next comes the which is the what the 5d. Okay, so this is the what the order. Okay, remember one thing, if n plus l value is what the same, if they are the what the same, okay, so we have to identify then smaller the value, smaller the value of n, smaller the value of n, less will be the energy, less will be the energy. Okay, this one you have to remember. Okay, hence in this case the option is B. In this case the option is B. Okay, so next one. So which of the following gas is not a greenhouse gas? Okay, so you have to remember the what the greenhouse gases here. Okay, so see the greenhouse gases here. So the greenhouse gas. Okay, see this one. So we are having which is the methane, that will be act as which is greenhouse gas. Again we are having which is what the water vapor, that is also the which is what the greenhouse gas. So and again we are having which is the nitrous oxide. Again we are having which is what the ozone. That means all will be act as which is the greenhouse gas here. Okay, but here so which is not a greenhouse gas, that is a which is what the carbon monoxide. That is a which one, the carbon monoxide. Okay, so next one. So let me erase this one here. Okay, see this one. So now we have to identify the which is what the A. Okay, see this one here. See the first conditions here. When the acetylene reacts with the what the iron, when the acetylene reacts with the what the iron, that means at very high temperature. Okay, see this one, it undergoes your the cyclic polymerations. Suppose if you use your the iron, okay, red hot iron tube, okay, so here this is the what the particulars what the cyclic polymerations you are going to get, and finally we are going to get the benzene. Suppose if you take the which is what the iron, the red hot iron tube, when it is heated at around 803 Kelvin, we are going to get this one. Okay, see the next one here, but in the what the B, we have to identify what is the conditions they are given. That is the what the nickel cyanide here. Okay, just go this one. Whenever it is treated with the what the nickel cyanide, so it involves the 4 moles of acetylene, 4 moles of acetylene, and they undergoes the what the cyclic polymerization. So they undergoes the which one, the cyclic polymerization, like this. Okay, see this one, this will be goes here and this will be comes here and like this. Okay, and here we are going to get like this. Okay, the finally we are going to get like this. Okay, so carbon to carbon, there is your the double bond here, and again we got like this, the double bond. Okay, so and again we are having which is your the carbon to carbon double bond. Okay, and here we are having which is your the like this. Okay, see this one. So this is the what the compound what we got here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, that means this is the what the cyclooctatetraene, because it is a cyclic in nature. So tetra, because we are having which is the 4 double bond, tetra, this is what the in cyclotetraene. Okay, so cycloocta, because we are having which is the 8 carbon octatetraene. Okay, hence the option is the which one, A. The option is A. Next question, the last question here. The partition coefficient of an organic compound A is 20 between water and ether. 5 gram of A in 50 ml water is shaken with 50 ml of ether. A extracted in ether is. Okay, just go to this one here. So now we have to identify the which is your the A extracted in the what, the ether. So let me write you the particular the equation. So there is your the partition coefficient, which is equal to C1 divided by the which is your the C2. Okay, so now you just identify this one. The C1 is nothing but the which one, the what the A, that is your the 5 gram of A present in the what the 50 ml. That, okay, let me write that one here. The 5 gram present in the what the 50 ml. So we don't know what the A extracted in the what the ether here. So let me write the which is the what the 5 minus x, out of the what the 5, x will be the what the, we are going to decrease that one. Okay, so that means again that will be a present in the what the 50 ml. Now just go this one. If the 50 gets cancelled here, what is the partition coefficient they are given? That is the what the 20. So 20, which is equal to which one, the 5 by 5 minus x. So let me do the further calculations here. We are going to have 100 minus 20x, which is equal to 5, which is equal to 5. So 20x, which is equal to 100 minus 5. So 20x, which is equal to what, the 95. X, which is equal to 95, that's what the divided by the which is what the 20. X approximately we are going to get the which in the 4.75 gram. So hence we can write it as a which in the 4.8 gram. Okay, hence in this case the option is D. The option is D. Okay.